Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys the OTAs phase number 3, day 2 report here on Jets Media. The media was in attendance today at One Jets Drive, that being the entire beat team, Connor Hughes of The Athletic, DJ Bieniemy, Rich Chimini, the entire beat reporters. You guys all know them. They were able to be at One Jets Drive, got us a lot of footage of practice, also gave us live tweets of what happened during 7-on-7, what was Zach Wilson looking like, what was Sauce Garner looking like. So we got some inside information based off Twitter that I'm going to be referring to. So again, shout out to all the beat reporters for giving us this information when they're out there at practice, live tweeting what's going on, so us as fans can get a good understanding of what's going on during practices in their OTAs. I'm really excited to break down what's going on. We also have some footage to show you guys for practice, that being from the New York Jets social team and all the beat reporters at our practice, as well as some photos, and get into what happened today. So it's really awesome that we're finally at OTAs and finally at really where it matters the most of phase 3, because listen, you can't really read too much into OTAs before we get into the nitty gritty of what happened. You can't get too happy about the positives. You also cannot get too worried about the negatives. This is just for us Jets fans to get a good understanding of who's looking a little, who's standing out, right? At OTAs, you want to see who's standing out. There are definitely some players that, according to some beat reporters that were at practice, was standing out. So I'm really excited to break that down. Before we hop into today's video, I want to mention, if you guys are new to Jets Media, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I got a lot of Jets content coming your way all throughout the rest of the offseason. And if you guys want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at nyjets_media. And if you enjoy the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. Also, for those of you guys that are not aware, I am doing a Jets Media Day this season, week number 5 against the Miami Dolphins. Here's the flyer that I created. If you guys are interested in joining, the deadline for the payment is May 30th. So leave a comment down below or check out my email in the description to email me that you want to be in on this, and you can get all the payment details or DM me on Instagram and Twitter about it. So if you guys are interested in coming to Jets Media Day, definitely let me know. So let's get right into OTAs. First, we're going to start off with the players that were not in attendance. Remember, this is voluntary. Not every single player has to be there. So Mekhi Becton is still not in attendance because he just got his first kid was born, I'm pretty sure, May 21st. So he's still taking care of his girl and making sure that his newborn's all okay. So it's expected that Mekhi's not there yet. Definitely expect Mekhi to be there in a couple of weeks, especially for voluntary minicamp, which is, I think, June 14th and June 16th. George Fant is not in attendance. He's still nursing a knee problem that he sustained at the end of the season last year. And Carl Lawson was not participating because he's still obviously recovering from that Achilles problem last year. Jamie Sherwood was not participating because he's still another player coming off an Achilles. Brandon Eccles was on the sideline with trainers. So that's really the main guys I want to talk about. And Becton, Fant, and Lawson, the 3 guys in the trenches that were not participating. I'm expecting Lawson to sit out throughout the entire OTAs, to be honest, and then for him to hopefully be available for training camp, and hopefully we can get George Fant back as well, because George Fant and Becton, both of our starting tackles, not at OTAs. I would not worry about it too much, but let's hope that they're both in shape and healthy, at least by training camp. Now let's get into what happened today in OTAs. So here's some footage that we got from Connor Hughes, from DJ, from the New York Jets social media team of practice from yesterday and today. It's just really good to see the Jets just on the field, right? Rocking their fresh new jersey numbers like the rookies with Sauce number 1, Breece Hall 20, Garrett Wilson 17. It's great to see that. Also, all the free agent acquisitions. Also seeing like them all being like really fun personalities. When the Jets post those videos of them walking up to the camera when they're walking onto the practice field, they ask them a couple questions about what's your favorite rap album or album in general this month. It's really cool to see all the personalities and seeing all these players out there participating in OTAs. So take some takeaways before we get into what happened in 7-on-7s that some people on Twitter was talking about is Zach Wilson definitely looks like he put on weight, right? Robert Saleh said this morning in his press conference that he looks thick. We heard Robert Saleh said a couple weeks ago that he is beefy in a good way, and it's true, man. All the beat reporters were there and confirmed that Zach Wilson definitely gained some weight. His legs got a little thicker. His body frame is a little, more broad. And he just looks like a guy that's developing into his body, which is what you want in a quarterback, especially Zach Wilson. Year number 1 was definitely not the biggest quarterback. So it's a really good sign that he's developing into his body. And he looks like a player physically that is developing. And he's also looks like a guy that's processing things quickly. That was a big takeaway that a bunch of the beat reporters were talking about on Twitter, saying that Zach Wilson, they've noticed, is definitely processing things quickly. That's what you want to see from Zach Wilson in OTAs. Does he have a better command of the offense? Does he have a command of the leadership role? Is he more vocal? Is he, not thinking too much? Is he knowing where to go with the football? He made a lot of great throws according to the people that were at practice today. So that's obviously a great sign. That's the biggest thing that we're all looking at for Jets fans is, what does Zach Wilson look like in OTAs, right? It's really good to see that Zach Wilson looks like he is processing things quickly, because that's what you want to see in OTAs. There's not a lot of live pass rush. You're just doing 7-on-7 drills. Can Zach Wilson get the ball to the right spots, not turn the ball over, and just look like a guy that has a command of the offense and being that leader? So that's a great sign from Zach Wilson. Another takeaway that some people are saying, that Sauce Gardner's presence was definitely felt. You can tell that he was the 4th overall pick for a reason. His size, he is big. He was playing sticky coverage throughout the entire day. There's one play that I think Connor Hughes actually tweeted about. He said Garrett and Sauce and Garrett Wilson matched up on 7-on-7. Sauce on him like glue. Nowhere for Garrett Wilson to go. He tried to force it there, and Sauce Gardner swatted it away. Side note, Sauce looks bigger in person, even every bit of that 6'3" frame. So Sauce Gardner is definitely impressing early in OTAs, which is obviously a good thing. There was another play that Sauce Gardner was locking up Corey Davis in the red zone. It was a goal line drill, and Zach Wilson was looking towards Corey Davis because that was his first read, but Zach Wilson cannot throw the ball to Corey Davis because why? Sauce Gardner was all over Corey Davis and blanketed him, and then Zach Wilson had to force it to Braxton Berrios, which ended up being an incomplete pass. So Sauce Gardner, right away as in the OTAs, you like to see that his presence feels like he was the 4th overall pick. He is playing good football already. Again, it's early in OTAs. You can't read too much into it, but at the same time, it is a good sign that Sauce Gardner is a player that kind of like these beat reporters are there and they're noticing him like, okay, he's big, he's long, he's keeping up with the NFL players on this team, and that's a really good sign, of course. Another thing that I noticed is DJ Reed was making a lot of plays all over the place as well. So both corners were definitely making some plays all over the place. Now let's get into what happened in 7-on-7 today in terms of who was getting in the end zone, who was getting pass deflections, all that stuff. So it's interesting to see the starting secondary in OTAs. And remember, the starting secondary today is not going to be the same starting secondary for the rest of the offseason. It was Bryce Hall, DJ Reed, Michael Carter, Jordan Whitehead, and Jason Pinnock in the secondary. So Sauce was with the 2s, but do not expect that to be continued, right? Sauce Gardner is going to be playing with the 1s and the 2s. He lined up with the 1s today, but he didn't start off with the 1s. So don't read too much into that. So this play I want to talk about, this tweet from Connor Hughes. He says, great catch from Michael Carter. Initial route was covered, so they had to scramble. Fingertip catch from Michael Carter. Really nice play. I wish I had footage of this to show you guys, but I don't. On the other side, DJ Reed was locking down Elijah Moore. That was Zach Wilson's first read. He came off that to find Carter. So that's a great sign from Zach Wilson. He gets to his first read. It's blanketed. It's not there. So what does Zach Wilson do? He improvises. He scrambles. He finds the running back, Michael Carter, down the field for a big gain. That's what you want to see from Zach in year number 2. Can he be able to make the right decisions where his first read's not there? Can he go to his second read and be calm, cool, collected? That's what you want to see. And shout out to DJ Reed locking up Elijah Moore. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch as well throughout the rest of the off season. And then this is another tweet from Connor Hughes. Zach Wilson to Elijah Moore on out route, got it to Moore, but DJ Reed then punched it out. Drop incomplete. Impressive from the new corner. So DJ Reed is a guy that's definitely impressing people right out of the gate. The new free agent acquisition for the New York Jets. Absolutely love to see that. And then getting into the goal line drills, it was a Zach Wilson to Tyler Conklin touchdown. It was a tight coverage bullet throw from Zach Wilson. He also threw a touchdown to Calvin Jackson, who is a guy that I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do for the Jets in the offseason and training camp, especially in the preseason. Wilson also had a touchdown to Jeff Smith at the goal line, which is great to see. And and then that play that I talked about earlier when Zach Wilson tried to go to Corey Davis was covered by Sauce Gardner, and then Zach Wilson had to get off his first read, throw it to Berrios, and it was incomplete. So that's really what happened today on 7-on-7. They did not do a lot of things today in 7-on-7. Connor Hughes said that it was not as much as they're used to from last year. So Robert Saleh is definitely toning it back a little bit. It's not heavy 7-on-7. It's not heavy trench work. They're trying to tone it back a little bit. So there's not too much to really break down in today's recap of OTAs, but I definitely want to give you guys my thoughts of all the tweets that we got from the beat reporters and just give you guys an updated look of all the photos and the footage of, Breece Hall running some drills. This looks awesome to see Breece Hall out there rocking number 20, looking fluid. And here's a clip of Denzel Mims that I was really moved by. And Denzel Mims looks crisp in this route. This is a big time thing for Denzel because last year he was not able to participate in OTAs because he had food poisoning in May. So it's a good sign to see Denzel Mims healthy, in shape, running crisp routes like he is right here. Obviously, it's a route against air, so you can't read too much into it. All I'm trying to say is it's a good sign that Denzel is out there on the field healthy, because he needs to be able to get comfortable with the system and get comfortable with his body and gain confidence heading into training camp, because he was not able to participate in OTAs last year, which I think is the big reason why he did have a disappointing season. So that's my thoughts of the OTAs of phase number 3. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Like the video if you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go Jets. Peace.